Hello friends, this is another question from functions asked in the morning session of 11th January. See, the question is like this: f is a function from 0 infinity to 0 infinity, means positive reals to positive reals, such that f of x is equals to modulus of 1 minus 1 by x. And we need to verify whether the function is injective or whether it is surjective or not. To check whether the given function is injective or not, I am going to analyze the graph of the function f of x. For that, first of all, observe the graph of 1 by x. First of all, observe the graph of 1 by x, and then observe the graph of minus 1 by x, and then the graph of 1 minus 1 by x. At the end, the graph of modulus of 1 minus 1 by x we need to analyze. For that, we know the graph of 1 by x is like this. Okay, only the blue colored graph, that means the upper part. Since it is mentioned as 0 infinity to 0 infinity, we need to draw the graph of 1 by x only for the positive side of x. So as x is increasing, 1 by x tends to 0. As x is tending to 0, 1 by x tends to infinity, and it turns at 1 comma 1. So at x is equals to 1, 1 by x is 1. So at x is equals to 1 and y 1, this is the point, and the graph is move like this, and this blue colored part is the graph of 1 by x. Now for the graph of minus 1 by x is from 0 to infinity. The graph of 1 by x is above x-axis, and the graph of minus 1 by x, for the same value of x, if you observe 1 by x and minus 1 by x, 1 by x is above x-axis, whereas minus 1 by x is below x-axis. So that means these two graphs, 1 by x and minus 1 by x, are symmetric about x-axis. Since this upper blue colored part is the graph of 1 by x, this lower part is graph of minus 1 by x. Right? Now this is the graph of minus 1 by x. Okay? Now just leave about this 1 by x. This is the graph of minus 1 by x. Since this is the graph of minus 1 by x, to observe the graph of 1 minus 1 by x, we need to move this graph 1 unit to the above to x-axis. Okay, just move this graph minus 1 by x 1 unit to the top. Okay, so 1 unit move cheste how it becomes. At x is equals to 1, minus 1 by x is minus 1. But at x is equals to 1, 1 minus 1 by x is 0. So at x is equals to 1, 1 minus 1 by x is 0. So it passes to the point 1 comma 0. And as x is tending to 1, as x value tending to infinity, right? As x value tending to infinity, 1 by x tends to 0. That means 1 minus 1 by x tends to 1. Since 1 minus 1 by x tends to 1, we are moving it 1 unit above the axis. So just take an imaginary line at 1 and the graph of 1 minus 1 by x like this. Now this is the graph of 1 minus 1 by x. But what we need now, we need the graph of mod 1 minus 1 by x. For that, what we need to do? Mod 1 minus 1 by x means always mod 1 minus 1 by x is positive. That means the positive part of the 1 minus 1 by x will be like that only, but the negative part of 1 minus 1 by x also become positive. So at 1 we have an imaginary line. Okay, from there this is 1. So this is the graph of 1 minus 1 by x. This is the positive part of 1 minus 1 by x, and this is the negative part of 1 minus 1 by x. This negative part also becomes positive for mod 1 minus 1 by x. So the graph of mod 1 minus 1 by x will be like this. This part will become like this. So now this is the graph of mod 1 minus 1 by x. Now in the positive range of x, in the positive range of y, this is the graph of mod 1 minus 1 by x, and we need to check whether it is injective or not. If you take a value of y here corresponding to this y, we have two values of x. That means for two different values of x, we have only one value of y, which indicates that the given function is not injective. Okay, then to check whether it is surjective or not. Surjective means onto. For every value of the codomain, we need to check whether there is an image, pre-image in the domain or not. See, the codomain is the y-axis. For every value of y, surely there exists corresponding x value on the x-axis. For every value of y, the line drawn parallel to x-axis at the point intersects the graph at least once. So the given function is surjective. So with the help of graph, we concluded that the given function mod 1 minus 1 by x is not injective and it is surjective. Right? Thank you.